Jay Stack, hello chat and Mike. Hope the stream is going well. Got my man Kai to come down from Harker Heights to play on the stream. He owns the poker room up there. Debut tonight, so giving a little action here. Aiden Choi says, sending love from Dallas. Can you give a shout out to my best buddy JC Olson, who's a student at NYU? Tell him to go to class. Go to class, JC. Quit messing around and get your life together. You're at a special opportunity there at NYU. Hope you're taking advantage of it. Click the like. All right, so what do we got here? We've got Bones raising up here to 32 off the under the gun with Jack 9 offsuit. Kaya here going to limp raise the aces. That should chase everybody away. GK Privates says, I always wanted to open a poker room in Maine. Serve good but simple, fresh cooked food. Seems like 40 tables could be fun to run. Yeah, you would have to probably fight with that weird... Who's that weird lady that everybody always gets mad about? I think it's either like a senator... I don't know. That's got Joe Bourbon blend here with King Queen offsuit. He's gonna call as 3 queens here for Joe. Right here with the overpair, backdoor diamonds. Joe has got a hammer lock on this hand as one ace has already been folded. Bet at 240, and we're going to get at least a call. Four here on the turn. See if Kaya slows down. He's got about 2.5K back, so he's got Joe out chipped by about 500. Pot of 990. Here with the ace of diamonds in his hand. He could at least take out any ace-x of diamond flush draw, but it's just thinking a limp raise situation where you do get a late position caller. You can definitely feel like, yeah, there's got to be some queens in this guy's range. So we'll see if he can get away from this. I suspect he will not. Alan Piscatello says, sup TCH Hatters. His usual entrance. Says ace never wins at TCH. That, sir, is a lie. I've won with it a handful of times, but yeah, that. It's great. Mike Sexton used to say it's better to win a small pot than to lose a big one. Quote melted in my brain for all of eternity. That's when I think about that hand. Here comes a big bet here by Joe Bourbon Beard. As pretty much at this point, the only hand Kaya beats is flush draw. Maybe some 5s or 7x combos that might try to bet this, but I think a lot of those hands might just try to check down. So this is kind of that weird spot where once you've limp raised, you're more often than not telegraphing that you've got a big hand here, and then once you face some aggression, you've got to play that leveling kind of reality that they know what you know that you know, and all that kind of, you know, mentality. So I think Kaya checking how much cash can rebuy for if he tries to pay this off. So
your birthday today?
J-Max don't say night auto shutdown after the first card with that board. Clay Martin says Kaya might be heading back to Barker Heights early. I see what you did there. It's still really hard to fold this hand in the spot. It's just... I guess maybe you might think there are times you might be up against jacks or 10s or 9s, but Joe Bourbon taking a risk pre-flop, called a big 3-bet limp raise, and was able to get his opponent to pay him off on 3 streets. All right, Kaya here with a raise up with Ace King. We're going to get a 3-bet here by BK at 165. Ken is going to fold some 3s. Joe Bourbon Beard has been happy to splash around here with some 6s. All right, so we've got... Let's see what Doc does with some 8s. This could be an opportunity for Kaya to put in a big 4-bet with Ace King if he wants to really narrow down the field. Stretch is going to give up his King 4. And here we go. There's a big 4-bet there, at least up to 555. I think that is 5 black chips there. So he'd open to 55. Gonna put another big bet back over the top. So BK is gonna call here with his 10s. It's a 4-bet here to 655. My apologies. We'll see if anybody else comes along for the ride. That's an awfully steep price here for 6s and 8s. But he's going to, okay, we'll see if he's going to lean back, and throw the rock away. All right. Doing the old SMH, shaking my head. Gonna give it up, and Doc will fold his 8s as we go heads up. Ace King versus 10s. BK has Kaya outstacked by about $800 by our tally. Looking for a good old safe flop here as Queen in the window, deuce deuce. Kaya represent aces or kings here. He's going to try. Bet is 650. And a quick call here by BK.
Let's say it again together. Really?
He could probably put Ace King into his range here at this point, that it makes sense for him to have a couple of those hands. We'll wait to see what he does on the turn. He's only got about 1,008 back. 9 here doesn't really change anything. I mean, if he checks here, BK has to 100% know that he's got Ace King, but if he fires one more, like, think of it as how would you play Ace or Kings in the spot if you had it? You got a pot built at 3,000. You've got a King of Hearts blocker. You block Ace, you block Kings. You can put any of the hands that BK would definitely call with, or maybe Jacks, 10s, maybe Queens. So, I mean, unless you're really fearing Queens full, you might be able to get him fold if you jam, but BK is going to beat him to it. He pushes all in here with 2,600 with a couple of 10s. What's going on? The usual suspect. Greetings and salutations. Welcome. Check jam. Great bet here by BK to protect. Kaya's going to posture here. Like I mean, the only hand, yeah, I mean, there's just not many hands he can beat here. There are some that he could maybe draw towards, but I think this is just a little bit of posturing on this part.
They got pretty good sushi down there, don't they?
I mean, I would be just absolutely floored if he. I mean, there's a lot out there, and there was about 3,000 before BK effectively put Kai all in, but no sane man is going to call there. Again, you can get it. It's hard to put into context when you're not on the table there in that spot too. So I don't think that's totally wrong to feel or think that way, but I think overall a smart play there by BK. So all right, BK has picked up kings though. A couple of Cowboys. 3-bet here to 175. Maybe that's something you can bring into the Crushed Life call-in show with Bart Hansen. See what Bart thinks about that. I don't know. I thought he played it fine. That's based on the stat decks. I think that's pretty standard. So threes, king, queen suited, kings, and eights. Everybody misses. John does have the overpair with eights and sixes. BK here with some kings. All right. We've got John going to call in position here with eights. The overpair as we go heads up. Kings versus eights. Oh, it turns it to eights full here for John Boy. BK's got to feel really strong about his hand. I don't think he's necessarily putting his opponent on 7-5 after it's gotten 3-bet pre-flop. He could be worried about maybe like a hand like ace-6 suited, perhaps, and maybe just John smoothed them. Whew. Big turn card there for John, who is not always wrong. As he smashes it with eights full, he's going to smooth call the 800. See if he can get BK to blast off on the river and double him up a pot of 2,900. See what he decides to do. This is just, I think if you're BK, you're just trying to figure out, like, what can you call the flop and call the turn with that I'm absolutely crushing? Like, he could be worried that maybe he filled up here with jacks full. Could be up against 10s, 9s. Maybe there is a world where he's going to insta-call and slaps the top of his head. Like, can't believe it. As John is going to double up. Profit 3,100. And who says John can't run good on this stream? So it's just, you know, hey, you're probably got a hell of a lot more adrenaline running through your system and a lot more testosterone running, so I think that makes you snap a little bit more. I'm not saying he's doing anything, but I'm also saying, like, when you do start to get into weights a little bit more, that can make you just a little bit on edge, but so we got a 3-bet here by Doc up to 115. Kai going to call with some 7s. Keenan. Oh, another set here for Kai. Top pair here for Doc and Keenan. And I think Doc is going to get stacked unless he gets backdoor spades. So Kai here with a set of 7s. So it could get called in 2 spots here. This is a weird position for Keenan to be in. You know, Doc's only got about 400 plus bucks behind. He's gotten smooth called. Good lay down there, sir. Very good lay down. All right, here we go. 6 here on the end, so 7's full here for Kai. That does give Doc the last ace in the deck as an out. He's going to go all in. He's going to get insta-called, and he's going to see he's up against it. He needs to smash an ace here on the river, or else he is stacked. Tap the table. Let's see what we get here on the river. They're going to run it twice. So he's going to get 2 chances. All right, so 9 here on the first board. Let's see what happens here on the second. Can he get the last ace? He does get a king. Good game there, Doc. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, so that is it, everybody. We appreciate you being here. Join us on Thursday for 1-3 Match Stack Edition. Don't forget to hit that like button. Leave us a comment. Appreciate your feedback. And we will see you another time. And in the words of the great Mike Sexton, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters. Rest in peace, Mike. So long, everybody.